Hi, this is Professor Rhodes. What I'd like to do is go over the first assignment with you. Of course, this is week one here in Blackboard, kind of gone over that. But if you were to scroll down to the first uh, assignment, other than student questionnaire, it's syllabus review and introduction to Perusall. So we're going to try to do a little introduction to Perusall and review the syllabus by video, and then you can read it as well. So how do we start? You click on that assignment right there. It launches Perusall. We'll ask you to sign in. Please use your WKU ID and your WKU email if at all possible. All right. And what we see here is this is only one part now. By the time you pull this up, you'll actually see a video first, and then at the very bottom, there'll be something that says continue assignment. Continuing the assignment will take you to the second part, which is the written document you see before us. And then the third part will be two quiz questions, two really simple quiz questions, at least I hope it's simple, right? So this is Perusall, right? And this is the way in my view looks, right? We could, I'm sure that your view may look a little bit different. There's assignment information here. It tells you when the assignment is due, gives you some instructions. I'm going to try to repeat the instructions a few times, but as you get into it, you won't need them after that. Every Perusall assignment is worth 8 points, by the way. Always try to do them on time. If you're late, you don't get credit unless you have an excused absence. Just email me, of course, if you need an extension and you have a legitimate excuse for that. All right. So basically, as we do this, I just want to give you some things here. One of the things is you can look at the comments. You can look at all comments, or just your own or others' comments. You can look at unread comments only, questions that have been asked or only unanswered questions. I typically just leave this on all comments for my own purposes. You can also click on here. It shows all the conversations, right? This one shows the current conversation. I like doing just all conversations. You can have page thumbnails here, which is kind of nice if you want to look back and forth the pages. You can search for things here. There's a dictionary. Select a word in the document to look it up. I think I've never done that. So let's just look up the word flip and see what it says. Yeah. And we'll have to go to flip. To throw or toss with a light brisk motion. No, not quite. There's one of those definitions there, I'm sure. All right, you can basically bookmark something. You can also take notes here. So you actually take notes in Perusall if you want. Again, I'm going to go here to conversations and just show you how to do an annotation. All right. So flip course. If you go down here, basically there's text, and then there's learning objectives, why to take this course and the like. And a lot of these assignments, I'm going to have prompt questions for you. For example, I might put a prompt in here if I had done this. Have you ever done a flipped course before? And what you do there is maybe just highlight one single word, please. Don't highlight the whole paragraph, because then other people can't highlight words in that paragraph. And then relating to that paragraph, right, you can enter a comment. Have I ever done a flip course? Before? Oh, no, not in my college career. Of course, that was centuries ago. Although I would say that law school was essentially the ultimate flip course, because you did all the readings and studying ahead of class, and then the class which is nothing but Socratic method and discussions. Right? This is a flip course. So basically what you're doing here is doing the readings and watching videos. Instead of having a lecture during class, you're kind of getting it before class. And then during class, we're going to come in and apply what you've learned through exercises or try to reinforce it in some other way. So there'll be a variety of activities and discussions, team discussions and class discussions and the like. However, I am quite intrigued by this type of class format. So there's a basically an annotation or comment, if you want to call it. I'll just press enter and it enters it. Okay. Now, if somebody really likes that, now because I said put a question mark in here, it's going to appear as a question, although that is a comment. All right, and as well, and someone could respond to that. So if somebody else came in here, they could respond to that comment. All right, and where they just go on to the next comment by pressing this, go to the next thread. All right. Now there's about 80 students that are tied to this Perusall thing, but basically I've set it up so that only 10 people basically thread together. So if you work early, you're likely to have comments from people who also work early, which is one of the benefits of completing these assignments early. Right? So again, just to show you, all right, you can go here and go to all conversations, which is clicking on here. You can click on that conversation to see it, all right? Then you can comment on that. So you can upvote it as well. If this was not a question, you'd be able to upvote it with an upvote button here. If you thought it was a really good comment, that's a good thing to do. You can get points, and the person who did the comment can get additional points that way. The way that you gain points, mainly it's your annotations. About 60% of your grade can come from annotations. So 2 high quality annotations. You can do more than that, but it's only going to score the 2 top ones. So 3 or 4 sentences is a good idea. It could be something like a different perspective you have on something, or you had an experience that you want to share, or you saw somebody else have an experience about a personal finance thing, or you thought to yourself, wow, this is really neat, and I'm going to apply this is how I'm going to apply it in my life, or something like that, or basically almost anything else, right? What I don't want you to do is just Google a phrase and then repeat this for a couple of reasons. One is, if you don't actually read this, there's a lot of finance terms that have a lot of different meanings. So if you Google and just Google and paste something from a term that you saw, I'm going to look at that and probably say you're not going to get a points on this assignment because you just basically didn't read the material. Your comments and annotations have to relate to the material. And not some outside source that you just Googled to try to get a quick comment together or something like that. All right, so let me just go through the syllabus real quick. This is a flipped course. You're going to read this, so I'm not going to go through all of this. There are CFP Board student learning objectives. Those are on all of our finance courses that relate to personal financial planning. And if you're if you're going for a CFP as part of the program, you might want to read through this. Otherwise, don't worry about it. It's very important, how is the course graded? There's a first exam, a second exam, and a final exam. The first 2 exams are worth 13.2% of your grade. It should be 132 or 120, one of those 2. The final exam is worth about 200 points. The second and third exams, they are comprehensive. They kind of build on each other. There is some building in this course that takes place. They're just doing this assignment right here is worth 8 points. Preface and syllabus review. So hopefully you get all 8 points. With class preparation assignments, there's 24 of those. Those usually take anywhere from an hour to 2 hours each. They are due on Sunday evenings at 11:59 p.m. Please don't wait until Sunday. You need to do it. Work ahead a little bit. Relieve your stress. Try to get in the habit of working ahead. And please don't submit them late because you won't get credit for late submitted assignments unless you have a good excuse. There's in-class quizzes that are typically worth 5 points. Some of them might be worth 4 points, some 8 and stuff like that, but on average 5. There's a You Need a Budget project that's worth 90 points or 9% of your grade. And Professor Jones is going to show up on Friday and going to explain that whole thing to you. There's a team project, lifetime and SMART goals formulation. There's a team presentation. Not 100% sure we'll do that. Probably will. Remember, this is a safe zone class, so don't worry about being nervous for a presentation. We've got your back, and your teammates will have your back, as we all will. The initial student questionnaire that's due this Tuesday. The 4 trials of WKU, we're going to do that during class on Wednesday. You'll be posting about it by Thursday, and there's some expand your comfort zone assignments, easy points to get. Again, like many of these things, easy points to get, but you got to do them. Yeah. And those will be on the discussion board. And then we have another assignment, kind of my way of kind of giving you a break before fall break on things you learn from professional development videos. You also self-assess yourself. So there's 1,000 points in the course. Of course, those relate to 900 points and above is an A, 800, 700, and then down to 550 to 699. I would like everybody in this class to get an A. That would be really great, wouldn't it? I'd like everybody to complete the class, and I'd like everybody to do extremely well. But I'll do whatever I can to help you along. And always feel free to stop by and see me or set up a Zoom meeting with me or a phone call, and I'll be happy to help you out. Extra credit is awarded. All right. So we're going to have Team Jeopardy. We're going to be awarding extra credit for those. We have 3 of those. We also have, if you have 2 financial counseling sessions with a student financial counselor from the Center for Financial Success, you can get 40 extra credit points. It says here, I say 50. I said 50 elsewhere, so I'm going to go ahead and say it's 50 points, which is 5% of your grade just for having 2 financial counseling sessions. Now, it needs to be real. I mean, you have to go in and actually discuss a budget either now or after college, things like that. Your student loan account, any other financial challenge that you have. And Professor Jones will go over that. He is the coordinator for the Center for Financial Success, and he'll introduce you to some of the student counselors there. All right. So attendance is extremely important. As you can see, this is going to be an assignment virtually every day, even if it's just write down at the end of class and submit through Blackboard 3 things I learned today. That's worth 3 points. So going to class is extremely important. If you do have an excuse, please email me, preferably in advance, and ascertain if your absence or tardiness will be excused. I will reply and let you know if it's excused or not. If it is excused and there was an assignment during class, you get exempted from that assignment typically, except exams. You have to make up exams. Otherwise, don't count on being able to submit assignments late. One of the big things about college is learning self-discipline. You do not have any textbook to purchase. We don't use a financial calculator in this course. All the materials are given to you. So bring yourself and either a notebook or a laptop, some type or other device, something you can take notes on and access the internet. Now, I think bringing a laptop is the best thing, but some people work really well with tablets and accessing the internet, and that's fine. You need to be able to access quizzes on Blackboard through it. So make sure you double check that you can do that. All right. And ask yourself each day, this class has the potential to transform my life. Come to class, every class you go with WKU with that attitude, say, what am I going to get out of this class today? Right. And even if the professor isn't saying that, and it's not immediately clear to you, well, maybe you ought to ask the professor, ask another student, what are we trying to get out of this going to the class today? Yeah. And hopefully many of your classes are very meaningful. Okay. One of the assignments of the first week is how to learn. I'll just skip over that. This is all about me, a little bit about me. I'm here on the 3rd floor. Just go through the finance department hallway on the last bear cave on the right. I always appreciate emails. It's always nice when you do an email to put in the title, your course. And some professors also like you're in the 9:10 class or the 10:20 class or 11:30 class or whatever it is, or Tuesday, Thursday class or something like that. Why? Because they might have several sections and they're trying to find you in Blackboard, right? I don't have that problem, but other professors who teach like 4 or 5 sections will have that problem. So it's a good idea to put in the subject line so that they can find you and look up stuff in Blackboard if they need to. If you need to, here's my text number. All right. I don't keep my phone on all the time. Yeah. It's on right now, but I usually keep it so, it doesn't ring during class, and I don't notice my text messages very often. But I do, if I see them, I'll try to reply as soon as I can. Oh, of course, you can work ahead. You can see that on Blackboard. And exams. Well, the first exam is going to be partly multiple choice and part essay. The second exam is going to be mostly essay. The last exam, which is during an exam week, I don't have time to grade essays and try to get your grades posted quickly. Essays take a long time to grade. So that's going to be almost all multiple choice questions. But why essays? Because you learn better when you need to explain something as opposed to a multiple choice question that just kind of tests recognition. There'll be 5x8 cards provided to you. I'm going to give you a 5x8 card so you can use those on the exams. One card in the first exam, handwritten in your own hand, one side only. You can write as small as you want, just don't use the magnifying glass. And I also will be posting exam study guides, and we'll have an exam review session before each one of our class sessions. All right. So, yeah, there's a lot of readings and videos in this class, but I think everyone can do really well in this class, right? So this is kind of an overview of Perusall, right? And there's a little bit more of an overview here and a little bit overview of the You Need a Budget software. By the way, do not sign up for You Need a Budget. There's a free trial on the internet. Don't use that because you're going to get a different trial that gives you a lot longer than 30 days. So you want to make sure that you follow Professor Jones's instructions on that. All right. And a lot of course objectives here. Nice to review. This is a safe zone. Are we repeating that in class? What do we mean? We don't judge each other. We don't know where people have come from. We do help each other. It's okay to make mistakes. It's okay to be wrong. All right. So, just leave your judgment of others at home and don't worry about the judgment of others. All right. All right. And check your email often. That's something you ought to get into the habit of. That is in business today. Checking your email is something that's done like many times a day. All right. And I would rather you come to class late than not at all, but please try to be on time. Coming to class late is, in the world of business, it's actually disrespectful. Yeah. So I'll go over that a little bit more in the first class, which I hope you come to on time. All right. And then all that other stuff. All right. This is a Colonnade class. You can subscribe to Finance Communications this way if you're in the finance department or thinking about it. Writing Center. If you get a writing assignment, please work ahead and then get the Writing Center to review that essay or assignment or report that you got in some other class. Developing writing skills is so important, and getting someone, having the opportunity to have somebody review your writing and fix those little things that might be wrong, that's really important, and it can improve your grades. Food security, don't go hungry. Oh my gosh, high prices of food nowadays, but we have a food pantry. All right. We also have a place where you can get free meals on meal swipes. Yeah. Hopefully we won't have any snow days. If not, if so, we'll have to adjust the schedule. Of course, silence all mobile phones. I'd say, you can use your computer and tablet in the classroom, but try to do your best to keep it focused on class activities. I really don't want people to just come to class and be texting and stuff like that. If you are, I might ask you to put down your device. Right. ADA accommodations and discrimination and harassment policy, of course, and the COVID-19 policy, counseling and testing center. We have a counseling center. It's free. Now they say it's $20 to go to the first time, some type of an administrative fee. You don't even have to pay that. Just tell them you can't afford it and they waive it for you. Right. But if you got a lot of anxiety or stress, and 40% of students that go to college, and this was before COVID, the statistics told us 40% of students should be getting counseling of some type to deal with stress or anxiety or some specific issue that comes up. Maybe it's a sleep disorder or something like that. But only about 20% of students actually get counseling. So by all means, if you need any type of counseling or you think you might need it, schedule an appointment. Yeah. Big Red Backpack program, of course, has been explained to you. Of course, all the materials are given to you in this course, so you don't have to buy them. So consider whether or not you really need to sign up for Big Red Backpack. Honesty and integrity. Yeah. So in our finance department, we have a honors pledge, and there's a lot of sanctions for violations. So please familiarize yourself with that. And I look forward to seeing you during class. Thank you very much.